What's up, guys? This dream is so ridiculous that I just have to tell you, okay? It is. This dream probably lasted like 5 hours in the dream world. Like, I was dreaming for a long, long time. Like, it was actually ridiculous. I was smoking for like 3 weeks, and then the first day I went off. So, on that first first week after you stop doing it, like your dreams go crazy because you don't really sleep very well when you're high. So once like you're sober, like your body kind of starts to catch up with the dreaming, and the dreams are like 10 times crazier than they normally are. Anyways, we start off the dream. I spawn in, I'm driving a car. My girlfriend is in the passenger seat. Where are we driving? Her house, her old house. But it's kind of her house, but it's also kind of my ex's house, which is odd. It actually, when we go inside, it starts off as her house, and slowly as the dream progresses, it just becomes more and more of my ex's house. My ex's name, we're gonna call her Jane, as in Jane Doe. You know, gotta be anonymous with it. Alright. So we hop into the house, and it's me and my girlfriend Esther. And then Jane is like sitting at the dinner table, but she's with her sister and her best friend. So she's sitting at the table with the best friend and the sister. And I'm like, what are you guys doing here? The second I say that, they start yapping at me. They start yelling. They're like, I don't know what they're yelling about. But I'm like, bro, what are you yelling about? And eventually, I can't remember if this was, it was the best friend. It was the best friend, and she looks at me, and she's like, I could take you in a fight. And I was like, bitch, no you couldn't. So she swung at me, bro. She reaches across the table, and she's like, pew. But I expected that shit. So I was like, oh, I blocked that thing. And I'm like, bro, why would you do that? And then everyone starts yelling at me. They're like, hey, yo, bro, the police are outside. You gotta go talk to the police now. You gotta go talk to the police. And I'm like, hell no, I'm not talking to the police. I didn't do anything. That was self-defense. And then the house at this point is like 50% my ex's house, 50% Essie's house. That's just how it is. So I'm like, I'm not going to the police. And eventually my dad shows up. I don't think I've ever dreamed about my dad in my 17 years on this planet. I love my dad so much. I see him every other weekend, but yet I've somehow never dreamed about him until yesterday. So my dad spawns in, and like if your dad tells you to do something, dude, you're doing that. Like, you're doing it. So my dad is like, buddy, the police are outside. You gotta talk to them, So I'm like, well, shit. If my dad said it, I may as well have to, But I was like, hold on. Let me get my stuff from upstairs. And I had a devious plan in mind. Keep in mind, this is Dream James. Dream James is not me. It's not me. It's kind of like me, but I don't know. I think differently when I'm in the dream. One thing about me dreaming, I am never aware that I'm in a dream. I have never lucid dreamed in my entire life. I always remember my dream. I cannot control what I do in the dreams, but I'm conscious and I'm there, and I believe that whatever's happening is completely 100% real. So when I'm dreaming, I think I'm in real life until I wake up and I realize, oh, I'm not in real life. But I still can't control my actions. So I go upstairs, I go to get my stuff, and I feel like, oh shit, I gotta pee, bro. Also, thing with me, I can pee in dreams and be completely fine. Never wet the bed once. But I was like, oh shit, my shoes were in the closet for some reason, which is weird, because first of all, I should have my shoes on, and second of all, this is now like my ex's closet. Why are my shoes in her closet? Whatever. So I pee in that bitch closet. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna pee in that bitch closet. I pee in her closet. Because that's just, one last act of defiance before the police come and talk to me. And then Jane actually saw me do it. So I was like, fuck. But I didn't care. So I just headed downstairs and I went outside. And the police weren't even there. I was like, what the heck? And I look in the distance and I see the police coming around the corner. And I'm like, oh. And everyone's like, bro, you gotta get on the ground. So I hit one of these, like on my knees, just waiting like this for the police to show up, because that's just how it goes. And the police come, and there's 2 police cars, which is weird because I'm one person. Maybe I'm just that big, baby. But only 2 of the police officers get out of their car. They don't ask me any questions. They don't read me my Miranda rights. They don't tell me why I'm being arrested. They just put my hands behind my back. Thing is, they didn't even cuff my hands behind my back. They cuffed me to another officer. I was like, what the fuck was the point of that? What? Why would I be cuffed to another officer? So we hop in the back of the squad car, and I'm still cuffed to this officer while the other 2 officers are in the passenger and the driver's seat. And I feel bad for this dude, because he's in the back of the squad car. He's basically in the same position as me. Like, why would they do that to him? Anyways, I'm chit-chatting it up with the officers. I'm like, hey, bro, how was your day? And they start asking me questions. They're like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. This bitch is yapping at me. She was just yelling at me. I don't know what happened. I remember at one point, I talked to them. I think some of my conscious mind decided to say this instead of my subconscious, because I remember being like, hey, I know I can exercise my 5th Amendment right, but I'm not going to, because I love talking. I love chit-chatting. We're riding down the street, and we are in some foreign whatever. I don't know where the hell we are. I look up, and I don't know if y'all have been to Vegas. I think it's called like Fremont Street. I want to say it's called Fremont Street, where they have this kind of dome thing, and you look up, it's just all these like lights and like advertisements and shit. It's kind of like Times Square. We drive through that section, and then we finally get to this building. I don't remember being escorted to the building. I just remember, squad car, jump forward, now I'm in a building. Okay, what building am I in? It looks like a DMV. It looks like a, like I'm waiting in line to be booked. Like I'm waiting in line for them to take my fingerprint, for them to take my mugshot, and obviously I'm a chit-chatter still, so I turn to the people next to me, which are actually students at my school that I've been friends with in the past, and I'm like, hey bro, what are you in for? And one of them's like, it's this girl, and she's like, drug deal gone wrong, you know how it is. I'm like, shit, I do know how it is. This other dude, I'm like, hey bro, what are you in for? He's like, oh, I hit a guy, I burgled his house. I was like, okay, you burgled a house, cool. And they're like, what are you in for? I'm like, I don't know. So eventually, I wait my turn in line. I finally get to the little receptionist desk, and these bitches don't even, they don't even call me by my name. If you don't know, my name is James. They call me Jameson. I'm like, why y'all call me Jameson? So they said, Jameson. And I respond, I'm like, you mean James? And they're like, yeah, sure. And they're like, why are you here? And I'm like, I don't know. And then they said I had dementia, and then just let me go. I don't know what that was about. Dude, if that shit happened to me in real life, bang, that's a lawsuit. If I had the money. Anywho, so they kick me out onto the mean streets of Houston, Texas. Now, where do I live, you might ask? Phoenix, Arizona. Why am I in Houston, Texas? I don't know. But I got spawned into Houston, Texas. And it was like there was no thought about this. I look around and I'm like, yeah, that's Texas. So I reach into my pocket, only to find that my phone is not there. And so I go up to someone. It's actually the same dude from before that burgled the house. He got let out too. I guess everybody just got let out, and they kind of can just chill until a trial. I don't really know how the judicial system works in the dream world, to be honest. So I beg this dude, I'm like, please, let me use your phone. Who am I gonna call? Oh, you might think my mom, my dad. No, I'm gonna call my girlfriend. I don't know her number though. So I go up to this dude, and I'm like, hey bro, please let me borrow your phone. I need to search my girlfriend up on Instagram so I can call her. And he was like, nah, So I was like, bro, I swear to God, I'll literally give you $100. I'll give you $50. I don't care. I'll give you so much money. And he was like, all right, bet. So I reach in my other pocket to find my wallet is not there either. So I'm like, no, bro, please let me, I'll do anything. He just walked away. He walked away, bro. So now I'm in the mean streets of Houston, Texas, in a weird, like, walking suburb kind of thing. And I keep asking people, like, please let me use your phone. I didn't even think to call my mom or my dad. I was like, I need to call my girlfriend. Oh yeah, by the way, when I was waiting in line to be booked, my girlfriend actually did come up to me and she was there for a minute, which is probably why I was trying to call her, because she was in the area. But I basically just let out a big yell because, dude, that's a scary situation. And then I woke up. And then like 5 seconds later, my phone dinged and it was my girlfriend. And I had to sit up. You know when you're laying down and you're like, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? So yeah, that was pretty much the weirdest dream I've ever had in my entire life. I have maybe 1 or 2 dreams that could top this. If you guys enjoyed this video, I will gladly share them, because dreams are so interesting to me. I've always, like, found them very interesting. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.